Salary management. What I'm about to share with you in this video is a very critical issue as it affects all salary earners all over the world, as it is a well-known fact that the percentage of the employed in the world is limited compared to the percentage of the self-employed. By research, the percentage of men with self-employment compared with the salary earners, we have about 70% of salary earners in the world, meaning that we have a larger percentage of people employed, and our salary earners working under the little percentage of the self-employed, the bosses, CEOs and all. Salary earners are paid monthly, and one of the problems that might arise is the inability to adequately manage salaries. Are you wondering why your salary just isn't sufficient for your needs and is not able to sustain you till the end of the month just for another payday to come? Are you finding it difficult to manage your finances, especially at your salary? Some people find it difficult to effectively manage their salaries. Then this video was made for you. In this video, I'll list out ways in which salary earners can manage their salaries effectively. Now, firstly, what is salary, and what's salary management? Salary is a vital part of your compensation package. As a worker, you must understand the importance of salary management. Your salary determines how much money you earn and how much you are worth to the company. It also reflects how much your employer values you. A good salary can boost your self-confidence. On the other hand, if your employer does not pay you enough, it will be difficult for you to live comfortably and enjoy life as much as possible. If you're a worker, you might be thinking about salary management. That's great. Salary management is a great way to ensure that your work is valued and that you're being compensated fairly. Salary management can be a difficult and daunting task, especially if you're not sure where to start. But with the right tools and strategies, the process can be simple and straightforward. First, you need to understand your skill set and how it fits into the market. Do you have a skill that is in high demand? Or do you have more specialized knowledge that might not be as valuable in the marketplace? If so, then this is something that should definitely factor into your salary negotiation strategy. Next, look at what other people with similar experience are earning in similar roles. Look at job postings for similar positions that have been posted on popular websites like Monster or Indeed. This will give you a good idea of what salaries are being offered for jobs similar to yours so that you can use them as leverage during salary negotiations with potential employers. Another important thing to consider is whether or not there's an opportunity for growth within your company. This can also help influence how much they're willing to pay someone with less experience, but who has great potential for growth opportunities over someone who has years of experience, but little room for upward mobility within their current role. Company structure. Here are several key steps that every worker should follow when it comes to managing salaries. 1. Create a budget. A budget is a plan for spending your money. It tells you how to divide up your income to meet your needs and wants. You may have heard the phrase, "a penny saved is a penny earned." This means that if you save money, it will earn interest or increase in value. If you spend money, it loses value. In other words, you get more out of your money when you save it than when you spend it right away. When you manage your budget, you decide how much money to spend on different things. You may have an idea of what those things are worth or how much they cost, but if not, they can be hard to determine. Your budget will help you manage your salary and expenses. The budget will also help you to save for future goals, like buying a house or going on vacation. You should start by setting aside your income from each paycheck. Next, determine any costs that are fixed, like rent or car payments. You can then allocate money for expenses that vary with the season, such as heating bills in winter or summer clothes in summer. When allocating money in your budget, keep in mind that some expenses, such as food and gas, are often more than we spend in other areas of our lives. Create a budget based on your monthly net income. Budgeting helps you stay in control of your money and allows you to keep a track of your expenses. Tracking your monthly spending prevents you from guessing where your money has been spent. You should set realistic budgets for yourself and prioritize paying fixed costs first, such as bills or EMIs. The 50-30-20 rule is also a great guideline you could use to efficiently budget your savings. Spend 50% of your income on your essential bills, 30% on your financial goals, and 20% on flexible spending. 2. Set financial goals. As a worker, you need to set financial goals. You can't just go around saying "I want more money" and expect it to fall into your lap. You need to come up with a plan and take action. The first step is to figure out where your money is going right now. Keep track of all your expenses for a month or two and write them down on paper or in an app like Mint. Then, look at the categories you spend the most on: housing, food, entertainment, transportation. etc. You may be surprised at how much money goes toward things you could cut back on or things that don't really matter to you anymore. Next comes the fun part, setting goals. Look at what's left over after paying bills and expenses and decide what amount of additional money would help make your life easier or more enjoyable. Maybe it's time for a vacation or some new clothes. Maybe it's time to start saving for retirement. Maybe it's both. Whatever it is that would make life better for you specifically, write it down and figure out how much money will be needed each month toward this goal so that as a worker, you should set financial goals in order to have a better life and build your future. For example, if you want to buy a house or start a family, you will need to know the amount of money you need. The first step is to create a budget and save money each month. You can also invest your savings and earn more income. If you want to get promoted, it's important that you work hard at your job and show your manager that you are ready for more responsibility. Instead of vigorously investing your money and potentially jeopardizing your goals, create a framework for what you wish to achieve. You could split your goals into long-term goals such as stocks, equity, and mutual funds, and short-term goals such as liquid funds, and save your income accordingly. By doing so, you will be able to determine the amount you need to invest for each goal and for how long. Speak to a Cube Wealth coach to help you identify investment options based on your financial goals. 3. Invest in options that work for you. One option is investing in options that work for you. This means that instead of relying on others to determine how much money you should make, you should take charge of the situation and invest in options that work for you. You can do this by ensuring that your employer offers some sort of employee stock ownership plan. This is an investment plan offered by employers so that employees can purchase company shares through payroll deductions or with after-tax contributions made by the employee. If done properly, this type of investment can provide benefits including tax advantages as well as long-term growth potential for employees who participate in ESOPs. Another option is to invest in yourself by learning new skills or getting additional education so that when it comes time for negotiating a higher salary, you'll be able to present yourself as someone who deserves a raise. It's easy to get overwhelmed by all the investment options and schemes available. A good place for a beginner to start would be investing in options backed by solid financial advice. Your investment should be in line with what your future financial goals are. It's important to do your research to find out what fits best with your goals, or you could also speak to a wealth coach to receive professional advice based on your circumstances. Watch this video to know why you need a wealth advisor. 4. Pay attention to how much you spend. When it comes to salary management, you have to pay attention to how much you spend. For example, if you're working a job where you need to buy food for the office and offer snacks to your coworkers, it's important that you know what your budget is. That way, you can shop smartly and not go over budget. You also need to look at the big picture when managing your salary. If you're in charge of paying bills, it's important that you don't pay too much for something on credit when it could be cheaper if paid off in cash. The same goes for other expenses like gas or groceries. You want to make sure these costs don't put too much strain on your budget. It can be easy to keep spending on depreciating assets, gifts, and wants, but these costs eventually add up to a much larger sum than you would realize. A pro tip from our founder Satyan Kothari: for every 1,000 rupees you spend on a gift or a depreciating asset, you should save 10 rupees. This small amount of money will add up in your savings in the long run. 5. Treat yourself wisely. It's a common misconception that workers are not entitled to treat themselves, that if they want to buy something nice for themselves, they should wait until the next paycheck. This is especially true for those who work in hourly positions where the pay rates don't change on a regular basis. However, this is a mistake. Treating yourself can actually help you feel less stressed and more satisfied with your job. You deserve to feel good about what you do, and treating yourself can be one way to do it. In fact, research has shown that when people treat themselves after working hard or achieving a goal, they feel happier and more productive than if they didn't treat themselves at all. So go ahead, take yourself out for dinner tonight. It's easy to be harsh on yourself by cutting down on things that bring you joy. This could cause you to eventually give in to the pressure and unnecessarily splurge. So, when budgeting, it's important to leave room for your wants to stay on track. Reward yourself with a fancy dinner or a short vacation when you reach one of your financial goals. 6. Pay off debts. Salary management is the process by which an employee is able to manage their salary to pay off debts. It is a very important part of an employee's life because it helps them become more organized, responsible, and focused on their goals. When you are in debt, it's easy to get distracted and lose focus. You may not be able to focus on your job as well as you should, and you may find yourself making mistakes or getting less done than usual. You could also be stressed out about your debt, and that could affect your performance at work as well. High interest rates on your debt, such as mortgages and credit cards, could be a heavy burden on your personal finances. You should consider paying them off as soon as possible once you start to generate a steady revenue stream. Vacation would be much more enjoyable if it's paid for and you aren't racking up credit card debt. I hope this video has helped you. For more videos like this, kindly like and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thank you.